PopCultureZone.com is an online shop focusing on hot new comics, including exclusive and incentive variants, CGC graded comics, and tons of other inventory, including pop culture toys and other collectibles, all at low and competitive prices. PopCultureZone.com ships all over the US. And if you are buying raw comics, they offer flat rate shipping of only $4.99. That's right, $4.99. Absolute craziness, right? And there's no taxes included, excluding New Jersey. Pop Culture Zone is also on eBay, where they hold a 100% positive feedback rating with over 8,000 completed transactions for this year alone. Make sure to check out the link to their website below, as well as their eBay link, so be sure to give them a follow there as well.
What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. I'm here hanging out with my main man, Red Deadly here, and we're about to get into a package that just showed up. Now, this package, I believe, is a special package because I do believe it's an A-OK. It's coming from CCG Store from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, right there. If you all could see that. So it looks like it was shipped from this, whoever this company is. I don't know who it is, but I do believe I know who sent it. So it looks like, because it says right here at the bottom too, billing third party. So whatever it is must have came from CCG, and we're just going to get right into it, folks. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Make sure you check out all the links in the description below on ways that you could help support the channel, whether being a Patreon member for just $3.99 a month to get special perks, or being a YouTube channel member by hitting that join button for only $1.99 a month. And just a reminder, I will be announcing the winners of both my YouTube member contest and my Patreon member contest for the month of October later on this week. All right. Oh, man. Oh. Wow. This is awesome. All right. This is awesome. All right. I can't get the tape off my fingers. Here we, folks. All right, check this out. I'll show you guys what it is. Good friend of the channel, Simon. Simon, I appreciate you beyond words. You know, just a little history. I believe my first introduction to Simon, or at least me being aware of Simon as a supporter of this community, came close to 3 years ago now, over 2.5 years ago, when a good community member, good friend of this community, Chris, OMG Chris, he had a small YouTube channel, but was a big presence in this community, in my humble opinion. He had some health issues and passed away. Chris was an amazing human being. He was somebody that helped push me and my channel in the right direction that I wanted to take it, gave me a lot of inspiration and encouragement. And big shout out to Matt with The Boy Who Had 7 in his channel, because he helped organize a lot of folks to do a fundraiser for Chris and his family to cover burial expenses, etc., hospital expenses. And I think the community raised like over $10,000. And Simon was really involved in this fundraising event. I know he purchased some of my, like, everyone got stuff out of their own collection. I pulled out books out of my own collection, toys out of my own collection, and auctioned them off. And all the proceeds, every penny, went to Chris's family. And one thing that I did as well was I did a custom journos blank cover exclusive variant of a Ninja Turtle book. And it blew my mind because it sold for like over $200. Oh man, I forget who it was that purchased that book, but big shout out to them. But Simon was a big part of that, and Simon has been an amazing member of this community for so long. And he gifted me this CGC Guide to Grading Comics. I believe I was even messaging with him recently, and he was asking, hey, what do you think about that new CGC book? If I remember correctly, he was like, are you going to get one of those? I think it was you, Simon. Maybe tell me if it wasn't, Buzz. I think I had a few conversations, but as somebody who, I'm very into, I've been very into learning how to grade. Just for my own self. I only started selling comics like, not even a year ago. So it wasn't even on my mind. I'm like, oh, I better grade because I'm going to be selling comics. No, I got the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics. I still believe anybody that is a collector should have an Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics. It's taught me a lot. And this is that next step. This to me, so I watched the little video from CGC about what this entails, like here, chapter 9, the grading scale. Now, I don't know, could be a lot of stuff that's already on their website, but it does, now just flipping through this, it does look like there's more transparency here, and this is key. How enhancement affect the comic book, sizing and staples, acidification, grading classifications with maybe more specifics per grade than is offered on their website, because their website over the years has been very vague. Page quality scale. So, and then it gives like examples. What's an example of a white on calendarized paper? What's example of white newsprint paper, etc.? So I just from looking at this right now already, big kudos to CGC for stepping it up and bringing more transparency to the table, because we always say, or those that pose to challenge grading companies, it's subjective, right? It's always going to be subjective, but how subjective can it be? We need to hone in. We can't just allow it to be, oh, well, it's whatever the grader was feeling that way. Like, we need the insight on how you guys come to these grades. That way we can we know that there's that room for subjectivity, but, only to a certain degree should it like fall outside of that certain range of subjectivity, and now we can hold them more accountable. We can educate ourselves and look at our books and say, oh, this book is a 9.4. Well, let me hopefully go to my CGC guide and look for those few defects that brought this book down to a 9.4 instead of a 9.6 or a 9.8. I see one color breaking spine tick in there. Anyways, so man, Simon, thank you so much, because I did plan on picking one of these up, and I want to use now the Overstreet Guide as well as the CGC Guide to really evolve my knowledge as a grader. I don't want to say as a grader, as somebody who grades their own comics, as somebody who grades comics to sell now. It's very important to me. And you guys know, when I send books out to whatever company it may be, I like to guess the grade and say, okay, I want to get at least like, an 8.0 on this book, and it has to be worth it to me, because I, look at the value of what the books are in each grade, and I say, is it worth it to spend this money to send this book if I'm going to get lower than an 8.0? It's only worth it if I'm going to get an 8.0 or higher, etc., etc. So all these things are very important. So I am going to take some time to really dive into this book, and then I am going to do a review. I'm going to talk about what I feel this book really has to offer, and we'll talk more about what I feel it means to the transparency of CGC and the grading industry in general. And again, to what I'm seeing, I do believe that CGC is up in the game here, not just for them, but for their competition. And I always say, guys, you could go back and watch my videos where I'm challenging CGC or questioning CGC's practices. And really, and I always say, like, if I'm If I'm coming down the throats of CGC or any company, it's because I want them to succeed. I'm not on some anti this pitchfork mentality, mob mentality stuff. It's because as a consumer, as a customer, it is my right to hold you accountable to quality, product, the value that I'm getting out of this product. Like, I have the right to speak out if I feel that my needs aren't being met, and we all do. So if you go back to all those videos, so you can see that I said in multiple videos, it's a matter of time before CGC is going to be forced to be more transparent with their grading process. You guys can go back and quote me on it. I'm telling you. So here we are, and I think this is a big move. CGC has made a lot of changes over the last couple of years. Some of them have been questionable, but some of them have been on par for that positive evolution of where the grading company is going. And not only do I think this is healthy for CGC, I think it's going to be healthy for their competition too, because that's that healthy competition. That's that challenging the other companies to be better. I think CGC has done something, or excuse me, I think CBCS has done some things over the last couple of years that have forced CGC to challenge themselves and say, okay, well, we got to step up our game. So anyways, folks, big shout out to Simon. This was a really unexpected, awesome gift. I'm going to put it to good use. And again, just the focus on all the amazing people in this community. I appreciate you all so much. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments of this book. And again, stay tuned for that deep dive analysis of this book. I got to read it though, guys. You got to give me a few weeks. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Be well. And until next time.